Hello, BookTube. Well, we're in our last mail haul of the week. Always a sad little moment. Just a few packages here. We'll see how the week wraps up. It's a pretty good week for mail. A good week for my books, where I moved up the July books, sorted them all out, got them all ready for next week. Okay. All right. This is by Scott McEwen and Hoff Williams, and it's called Camp Valor. Kind of a nice cover there. Let's see here. As the co-author of the #1 New York Times bestselling American Sniper, Scott McEwen has teamed up with the writer Hoff Williams for a fast-paced young adult thriller that will entertain even the pickiest of readers, i.e., boys. It's based on the author's real work with at-risk kids and explains the idea of the darknet world to teenagers. Cinematic in its scope and as action-filled as they come, dive into a world where kids take on today's real problems and learn the necessary skills to survive. When Wyatt gets framed for a friend's crime, he thinks his life is over. But then a mysterious stranger visits him in jail with an unusual proposal: spend 3 months in a secret government camp and have his 10-year prison sentence wiped clean. Okay, so action-adventure YA that's due in July. So all of these books, everything I've been getting this week is just enhancing the July shelf, which is already 4 enormous stacks, because I'm arranging it. One stack is for the first week, then the second week, then the third week, then the fourth week, just to make it easier to know when to review what. Oh my. Okay, very nice. This is a finished copy. This will certainly be July. This will certainly be a July book. Yep, this is July. This is by Robert Goulrick, who's the author of A Reliable Wife, that sold really, really well. This is The Dying of the Light, another historical novel. Look at that. That's 2 good covers in a row. The Dying of the Light follows the glamorous Southern debutante as she marries for money and suffers for love. Written as a Southern Gothic in the tradition of Dominic Dunne. Oh, that's interesting. It brims with historical detail, a sweeping cinematic quality that transports readers to the social mores of 20th century America. Below the Mason-Dixon line. Readers will be seduced by the elegant intermix of glamour and greed, society and secrecy. Okay. The book gives us Diana Cook, who was born with the century and came of age just after World War I. The daughter of Virginia gentry, she knew early that her family's one asset, aside from her famous beauty, was their stately house. Saratoga, the largest estate in the Commonwealth and the heart and soul of her family for 5 generations, is famous for its place in society. But while the Cooks are land rich, they are cash poor. In order to save their home, they must put their daughter's beauty up for sale. Oh, okay. All right. So this is sudsy historical fiction in the vein of Dominic Dunne. Boy, I didn't see that coming. So that's 2 novels. We'll move on. Just got 2 more to go, and they will be done for the week. No more mail for the week. Oh, Lord. Okay. All right. Do I have a pub sheet for this? No? No. Okay. Okay. Well, I've mentioned on this channel before, it's come up a few times, and sometimes important books are also really hard to read. This is a perfect example of that. This is by Rachel Love Newer, and it is Poached: Inside the Dark World of Wildlife Trafficking. And it plunges the reader into the underground of global wildlife trafficking. Our insatiable demand for animals, for jewelry, pets, medicine, meat, trophies, and fur is driving a worldwide poaching epidemic, threatening the continued existence of countless species. Okay, so this comes out in September. I'm going to read it. It's not going to be easy to read. I've had a couple of experiences with poachers, and they've had a couple of experiences with me in Namibia, and there's no winning, and that makes it so much worse. Just Okay, well, anyway, let's hope to end. This is our last one. We'll hopefully end on a happier note. It'd be scarcely possible to end on a sadder note. Let's see. Oh, okay. All right. I requested this. I don't know if this is my requested copy. It might be a bit early for that. I might be getting 2 of this. This comes out in October. And it's going to be tricky to do. I wonder what kind of press coverage it's going to get. This is A Mind Unraveled, a memoir by the journalist Kurt Eichenwald. What on earth are they going to say here? He is known for his relentless investigations and exhaustive research. And in this book, he utilizes the same approach, only this time he turns his journalistic lens on himself. A Mind Unraveled is a deeply searing account of Eichenwald's ongoing struggle with epilepsy. Diagnosed with the disorder as a teenager, Eichenwald details the abuses he faced while incapacitated post-seizure, the discrimination he fought for that almost cost him his education and employment, and the darkest moments when he contemplated suicide as the only solution to ending his physical and emotional pain. He recounts how medical incompetence would have killed him but for the heroic actions of a brilliant neurosurgeon and the friendship of 2 young men who assumed part of the burden of his struggle. It's going to be an epilepsy memoir. Now that I didn't expect. Over 3.4 million Americans and 65 million people worldwide have been diagnosed with epilepsy, and many more cases go undiagnosed. When it's the 4th most common neurological disorder and affects people of all ages, it's a rarely discussed condition. A Mind Unraveled finally gives the attention epilepsy deserves and serves as an inspirational message not only for those afflicted with the condition, but for anyone grappling with challenges they feel compelled to keep secret. Okay. All right. I don't know what kind of press this is going to get. Eichenwald he's a big figure, but he's also a very controversial figure, and I don't know. I don't have a sense of how many bridges he's burned in the journalism community, and that will dictate, in large part, how this book is reviewed, how widely. I myself can't wait to read it. I think he's a first-rate writer, so I can't wait to read it as a figure of speech. I will, in fact, wait to read it until summer's over, but. Epilepsy. A Kurt Eichenwald memoir, I would have thought, would have been about a couple of other big elephants in the room. That's a surprise. That could be really fascinating. Okay, so we have this is a bound galley, so you can't see the side. This is A Mind Unraveled by Kurt Eichenwald. Then Poached, about the current epidemic of wildlife trafficking, and then The Dying of the Light, historical novel, and Camp Valor, sort of quasi-military YA novel, clearly pitched at boys. And that's it. That is our last mail haul of the week. Emotional ups and downs, as always. And I'll wrap this up for now, but I'll be back with plenty more. So I'll see you soon. Thank you, BookTube.